My name is Chase Johnson. I'm from Denver, Colorado, and we have used C3 Group several times on some of our large loss commercials and our higher end residential for their appraisal services and their public adjusting services. Their knowledge of the market, of the ever-changing regulations, and their ability to create a very thorough estimate from an understanding of construction and the management of the project.
Good Tuesday morning, everyone. Lead meteorologist John Choquette here for our daily 12 p.m. hail forecast, sponsored as always by C3 Group and Maryland Law Group. Check out both of their pages in the description below. Before we get into the video for today, as always, just a reminder, if you're having problems with the website or the app or both, or if you're just new to Hail Trace and you need to figure out how the heck you even work all this stuff, go ahead and give us a call, message us on Facebook, email us, whatever is most convenient for you, and we can get a training set up at your earliest convenience, so that way you're all squared away when a big storm hits. So yesterday, of course, we had storms. I was mentioning Tulsa and Joplin. Of course, those are the ones that didn't hail. Oklahoma City managed to squeeze out a couple hailstones, but for the most part, it was a very substantial wind event across Oklahoma City. Not too much hail to speak of, and that was from the other day. I forgot to get rid of this. Hang on, guys. Just a reminder of that Bismarck storm from over the weekend. I forgot to hide that one. But anyway, big time storms that happened in Oklahoma City. So what does that mean for any other hail? Fortunately, it looks like things are going to be much quieter for hail today, assuming I can actually get this to go. Dang. Hang on, guys. We lost power at the office last night with all these storms that happened, so the computer is really wanting to take its sweet time going, but I can just kind of outline a little bit here if I can actually get this to any day now. I promise you there is indeed a hail forecast today. We've got two areas we're watching, one of which is down close to Odessa, Texas, and the other one's going to be up here in northern Wisconsin and just east of the Minneapolis area. Some storms expected to form this evening, few and far between, quite isolated. Hail up to about $half size for both areas at risk, assuming this thing will actually go. I don't know what is going on in here, guys. Man, come on, PowerPoint. What are you doing? Simply, all right, so let's try to, all right, guys, you might see a little behind the scenes on this one. Oh, no. I do want to get to Dorian. Tropical Storm Dorian is currently ongoing. That's going to be the main focus. There's no hail forecast for tomorrow, but Dorian is out there. Strong tropical storm right now, looking like it's going to try to get towards Florida this Labor Day weekend, and I want to get into more details about it, but for some reason I think my computer just froze. I know I'm still live. I can see myself here live and okay, but apparently all the other programs in the computer just has frozen up, which is a problem. I mean, it makes sense. My house in Oklahoma City, we lost power about 6 times over the course of the storm, had winds about 70 miles per hour at my house, upwards of 90 miles an hour in some places of Oklahoma City. I saw widespread damage, lots of trees, branches down. I saw even some roofs ripped off in like Choctaw. But that is still not the hail forecast, and I'm just kind of stalling for time here. It seems like, golly. Come on, PowerPoint. Ooh, yeah, PowerPoint's not responding. That's cool. So, what am I gonna do here? I got an idea. We're gonna do this. How about this, guys? All right. So I'm gonna at least show you Tropical Storm Dorian, currently in the Lesser Antilles. We have winds, I believe upwards about 60 miles, close to 60 miles an hour. Dorian is going to try to split the gap between Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic. It looks like we have. Am I still? Okay, I just want to check, make sure I still have visual everything. So it looks like we have. Dorian's going to attempt to split the gap. If Dorian can split the gap between Hispaniola and Puerto Rico, like what the National Weather Service is saying. It'll be the first time since the 90s that's even happened, but it could definitely cause Dorian to be a lot stronger than National Hurricane Center is putting out right now. They're saying upwards about 70-mile-per-hour winds will be what it'll be at once it gets close to the United States. Now, we split the gap, there won't be much weakening going on. If you don't know, Dominican Republic and Haiti have very large mountains, and that's not good for hurricanes. And same deal with Puerto Rico. We managed to split between it. It's a fairly small storm. Then we could be talking about a lot more strengthening that could happen. And you can tell right in here, all these little different colored dots with the T's and the ones and whatnot. Those are all what the computer models are putting out. It's all really focused. It's very focused here into Florida. Now, the focus seems to kind of shift back and forth, but for the most part, some point, Saturday night and Sunday morning, we could have either a very strong tropical storm or a weak hurricane making landfall somewhere between about Miami and up by about Cape Canaveral. So I think somewhere in that region, it's looking more and more likely. We're going to have strong high pressure front, actually a cold front, that's going to be hanging out here, and that's going to shunt this thing south. So it's not going to come up into the Carolinas. It'll go somewhere into Florida, and then whether it goes up into the southeast or it ends up crossing, going to the Gulf, and then we have other problems to deal with once it does that. That remains to be seen. Obviously, it's far enough out where it's going to be changing pretty regularly here. I think the biggest thing, the biggest question mark I have is the strength. Right now, I wouldn't be surprised if it was a minimal hurricane and landfall, though if it can split the gap between the Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico, then we'd be talking much, could strengthen a lot more. Rapid intensification is always a thing that can happen. It's always the surprise factor. There's a lot of dry air in the area that is kind of mitigating its strengthening right now, but I believe we get past the dry air and the shear at some point in the Bahamas, and these little islands aren't going to do anything to weaken the hurricanes or the tropical storm. So we'll just have to kind of see how things play out over the next few days. I think once we get past this section right here and we get into the Atlantic beyond the Caribbean, then we'll really be able to start to get a good idea of how strong Dorian will be and try to focus in on where Dorian's going to make landfall. Like, again, I really think it's going to be somewhere along the east coast of Florida here, probably south of Orlando, so south of like Cape Canaveral to somewhere in this region. I think it's going to kind of go back and forth somewhere along here. Now, whether or not Hail Trace is going to chase this, that's going to come down to, it's coming at an inconvenient time, being Labor Day weekend. A lot of us have other familial plans, so it's got to take something pretty impressive for us to abandon that to go chase it. If it is a hurricane, obviously we will chase it. But if it's just kind of meandering in the strong tropical storm, weak hurricane range, we might not go. Again, we're watching it the same as you guys right now. I'm thinking I think we will tap weak hurricane. I don't know when in its life cycle it'll happen, but we'll be watching this super carefully. And that's really all I got for you guys today, since it seems like my system isn't working too great. Thankfully, I have this working here, and I can show you guys the hail risk area. It's right here near Odessa. This is going to be this evening hours after, probably after about 4 or 5 o'clock, and then up here in northern sections of Wisconsin. I think that's going to be happening a little earlier, after about 3 o'clock or so. So these are the only 2 areas, and no hail risk for tomorrow. So tomorrow will be completely focused on Dorian. I will not be doing the forecast tomorrow. I'll actually be at an Orca lunch doing a talk there. So Heather will be doing the video tomorrow. So follow us here on Facebook as always. Hit see first, all that jazz. And give us a call at 855-334-4245 if you need any kind of training, accounts, questions, or concerns. You know the deal. If you watch us every single day, email us info@hailtrace.com, visit our website at hailtrace.com, follow us on Instagram, all that great stuff. We'll see you again tomorrow at 12 p.m. Hopefully, we will have everything in good working order. We'll see you guys again tomorrow. Have a good day.